Hello, good evening.
Hi guys.
It's so good to see so many of you in the comments already.
Yeah. Oh, my neighbors.
Neighbors too.
From Bleiswijk, yeah. Cool. From Canada.
Okay, not quite neighbors.
So, no, not Canada, no. But very good to see you, Darlene.
While we're waiting for more people to join, let us know in the comments if you've tried using these six colors.
Yeah.
And if you're struggling with any of them, enjoying any of them, and are you taking part in the Winsor Newton competition?
Yeah. Hi guys. Hello, Anne-Marie.
It's so exciting.
Yeah, always.
Okay, well, Julia, I see you've got your colors ready,
Yes,
right?
yes.
Ah, that
That's
green,
green.
Diane. Yes.
Yeah, we will take a look at it today. Have not tried these new colors and not taken part in the competition. Yeah, it's European competition, so I'm sorry.
And not all of the European countries either.
No,
Yeah.
no. Hi, Val.
Okay, well, Anna Marie just got them unpacked and
Yeah,
ready to go. That's exciting.
yeah, great, great. From Holland, yes. What is this new color combo called? Mm, I don't know. What do you mean?
All right. Well, let's get started.
Yeah.
Welcome to our workshop. This workshop is brought to you by Winsor and Newton, Netherlands, but we're delighted to be hosting this workshop in English for our international community. And of course, for my benefit, because I don't speak Dutch.
Not
And
yet.
yeah, so for those of you who don't know anything about it, so this workshop is part of Winsor and Newton's campaign in the Netherlands. Uh, in May and June this year, Winsor and Newton are holding a watercolor contest. And in this year's contest, there are six featured colors, the ones that you can see on Julia's desk,
Yeah.
and two. So you're only allowed to use these six colors, one color or all six in one artwork. You're not allowed to use any other colors except for titanium white for mixing colors and a graphite pencil.
Yeah. Very
So,
limited, huh?
and it looks like it's the colors were chosen a bit randomly, and Julia has been struggling, or rather having fun, let's just say, right? Having fun
Yes, yes.
trying to come up with different ways to use these colors. Because, as many of you know, Julia's palette is already filled with beautiful, mostly Winsor and Newton colors, right? Very bright, and we think, I think, Julia has gotten a little too comfortable with those colors. So pushing her out of that comfort zone and hopefully pushing many of you who have chosen to try out these colors. Well, it has been a challenge.
It has been a challenge. Definitely, definitely. But a very nice one, I think. I love
Yes,
challenges.
yes. And so to answer Darlene's question, are they sold as a package or individually?
Individually.
They're sold. It's not a set of
No.
colors. These are just individual colors that were chosen by Winsor and Newton for this year's contest. But you can buy them separately, and also you Probably there are a couple colors that you will definitely want to have and use all the time, and then there are some colors that, well, let's say, are not for everyone, right?
Maybe
So
one.
maybe one. It's the green color that everyone's struggling with. But
Yeah.
all of them are, well, really beautiful. It's just they might not fit your personal style.
No, the colors are really great. Absolutely, absolutely.
And as
Yeah,
you can see, the tubes of paint that Julia has are almost empty.
yeah.
She has been painting, she has been using them. And so, Julia, why don't you tell us what we are going to do today?
What we're going to do today, we are going to paint, of course, with these six colors, and I want to show you actually all of them in working. In practice. And I also want to show you something that will help you to get through this competition, maybe inspire you to do some things. And these are three techniques that we are discussing in our blog post, the latest blog post. And then we will paint. But about um, the techniques that we are using in the blog in our blog post, and the techniques that you can use in your in this competition. The first one is a blob and a pencil. So you can just put some color on the paper and then uh, kind of refine it with a not with a fine liner but with a pencil instead of a fine liner.
But it is a technique that we have shown multiple times with fine liner. You can find
Yeah.
those videos on our YouTube channel to
Yes.
where you start with just a spot of color, a rather random shape, right?
Yeah.
And then you give it shape with the help of a fine liner. This
Yes.
time it's graphite pencil for this competition.
Yeah, and the shape is not that random as we did in one of the watercolor workshops, but it's more it's the kind of the shape that you see in a reference, for example, of the that you want to have for flower like here, but it's not exactly that shape. So it's quite a loose technique. I love this one. Another one, and this is also a kind of a really cool technique. It's this one when you paint with one color, and it's absolutely amazing for people who want to practice adding shadows to their artwork because if you paint without shadows with one color, you probably get nothing beautiful. So you need to understand how shadows work, and I really love this. Yeah, this color and also this very small artwork of mine.
We should do this as a workshop, Julia, or as a YouTube video,
Yeah,
this painting with just one color.
yeah. It's a great practice. And then last one, the third technique is painting with different colors, mixing them and adding shadows, and that's a quite complicated technique for with these colors because the most of them are quite light. So you need to understand how to create dark colors, and this is what we're going to do today. Not um, with urban sketching, but with flowers. I want to show you how to get your colors dark.
And Julia, just well, a question. You can mix the colors for the competition, right? You're allowed
Yes,
to,
yes,
of course,
definitely.
you're allowed to mix colors.
Yes.
Um,
Well,
okay, so before we start painting, you've got this link to Julia's blog. We've got a new blog post talking about all of these colors and also showing these techniques that Julia just mentioned. So go to
Yeah.
juliahenze.com/blog. There's lots more there too
Yeah, about
about well, Winsor and Newton colors, watercolor paper, all sorts of things. But
yeah.
now, yes, so Julia, I'm really excited.
Yeah, today we are going to paint flowers. And why flowers? Because you can mix colors with flowers. It's a very loose technique. Again, it's kind of a blob technique. So you don't need to paint precisely, and it's really fun. And there are different ways to try out techniques when you want to try out your colors and to mix them and see how they work, what you can do with them. And this is one way to do it, and another way is painting, for example, flowers or something else, something very simple, like I don't know, maybe you think flowers are not simple, but something that it's not, shouldn't be very precise. Flowers is the topic for today. I think it's really cool and also quite easy to paint. So let's start. And one of the most important things, I think, for the whole competition, but also for all your watercolor sketches, paintings, whatever, is that you make your colors wet before you start painting. And especially with some of these colors, it's important because they are quite transparent. And if you get them from your palette without making them wet, then the color will be very transparent and not bright. And we want to have our colors bright, right? So I made them wet now. You can do it with a spray bottle or with just if you don't have one, just put some water to your paints and wait a minute, for example, before you can start before you can start painting. Okay, so this is really something that I don't have a reference. I'm just going to paint some flowers, some some, I don't know, random flowers. And one of my favorite mixes for flowers, we will do mixing colors first, and there are two ways to mix colors. We can paint them. We can mix them on our palette, or we can mix them on our paper, and we will use both techniques a little bit. But we will start with the palette. So we take some color from the palette, or from the pens, and one of my favorite combinations is yellow with Venetian red. This is really, really great. It's kind of orange color, but you will see that if we add more yellow and more red here and there, then the color will be really beautiful. Let's add some more red. And so what we do actually is just put some color on the paper. Let's add more yellow here, for example. And I don't paint a real flower, it's just the kind of blob that I create. Like this. with my largest brush, by the way. Quite important to use a large brush for that. And if I want to make some parts a little bit darker, I can add more red color to these parts. And here in the middle, here, I think that it would be quite nice to add some darker color, like pure Venetian red. Just a little bit, just like this. And later we can add more dots here in the middle. Okay, so let's paint another one. And also a very, very nice combination is Venetian red. The same Venetian red with this cobalt violet. So nice. And let's do something like this. And you can see that we can create different shades depending on how much one or the other color we use. Maybe I need the larger brush here and paint, add more the larger petals like this, and add more smaller petals on the other side. And this way we create a very playful flower shape. I think this is really, this is so beautiful. I just can't stop enjoying these colors. This part is the purple, this violet is such a beautiful color, and Venetian red. There is so much there is granulation in purple, in the violet, and not that no granulation in Venetian red. But when we mix them, then you can see that maybe I need to put it a little bit closer to the camera, but you can see how granulated this color turn out and how beautiful it is on this cotton paper. Really nice. Okay, so let's take a look at the next combination, and also a very, very beautiful one, and it's cobalt violet and cobalt turquoise. This is we need some more violet, but you can see that the color is blue. Just when we mix these colors, then the color turns out blue. And let's put it on the paper and create this flower and add more purple to it for more interest. And let's connect these colors here. I need some white space in the middle to add something like yellow. And here, for example, I don't really like this edge. So what can I do with that? I can take a smaller brush, and maybe I need to move this my paper a little bit, and then I can just refine the edge with my smaller brush. So we don't need to paint the whole picture with the same brush. Okay, let's do another color for practicing. Maybe I think yellow with magnesium brown is also a very, very nice combination. It's also a granulating color, both of them actually. And let's, as you can see, I don't have any plan or something for for these colors. I just put them on my paper and see how it works. It's all about experimenting. We don't create anything perfect or anything very beautiful. Maybe it will be beautiful. I don't know. It can turn out beautifully, but it's not the goal of this. What we also can do here, for example, I think this is a very, very, very nice color. But to create more interest here, we can add more yellow on one side. Here, for example. And some red, for example, on the other side. We can also mix three colors, and here I mix it just on the paper itself. Let me see. We can also paint some yellow small flowers, for example, like these ones. And this yellow is quite cool. That means that it's lemon yellow, and I think when the most of the objects or flowers in this case are warm, it's better to use a warmer yellow, but we don't have one. What can we do? We can mix our lemon yellow, a cool yellow, with a little bit of red, Venetian red, and this way we create a very nice warm yellow. And then we can paint, for example, here some small flowers like this. Maybe vary the color a little bit, add more yellow, or here, for example, a little bit more red to create more interest. And let's paint another one here, for example, also a branch. And maybe a few larger ones like this. It's an experiment, so we just add some elements. maybe let me see, did I used all my favorite favorite combinations? I think it would also be lovely to add this combination of turquoise and violet, but in a different proportions. And here I already have some these colors, but I think I need to, yes, this is a good.
We can't really
Oh,
see
we
your
can, yes.
palette.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yes, here I have these colors, but this time here I used a lot of violet and not that much turquoise. Here I'm going to paint with more and less violet, and we can add some small flowers, for example. Maybe I need a smaller brush for that to easier to paint. And vary the color a little bit. So that means that I add more violet, and here I add, and on the other side I add more cobalt turquoise. Okay, something like that. I don't know, don't like this flower that much. Let's make it a little bit bigger. It's not about the beauty of the flowers today, but it's nice to, if we can change them and make them more beautiful than they are, then why not? Okay, now let's do something different. I want to add some leaves. And for leaves, we have different possibilities. And first of all, we can, for example, create leaves. If we have two greens here, or one green actually, and one turquoise. And when we mix turquoise is almost a green color, with yellow, this is how you create a good green color, is when you mix a green with yellow, or with blue, for example. In this case, we have turquoise, it's green, blue, greenish blue. And when we mix them together, then we create quite a cool blue, cool green, I mean. And let's try it on the paper. Here, for example, I paint maybe with a thinner brush. I paint a line for the branch, and then add to it. And I do it like this. This is something that you probably need to practice to create beautiful leaves. So you do paint. You start with the top, then you put it, press on your brush, and then release the brush, and this way you create a beautiful leaf. And we can add more yellow, for example, to some leaves to create more variety in color and more interest. And we can make it darker by adding more turquoise and maybe a little bit more yellow too. this leaf will be darker. Also press on the brush and release the pressure closer to the branch, like this. More yellow here. And here also.
Could you move your sheet of
yeah,
tape up a little bit? Okay.
Yes. Yeah. Okay, so this way we can create one quite beautiful green color. But we can make another one. This one is cool, but for the variety of colors, I prefer to, especially for greenery, I think it's very important to know how to mix different shades of green. And this combination of yellow and turquoise is really beautiful. But as I said, it's a cool green. And sometimes you want to have a warmer green. And how can we achieve it? We can add some red to it, but just a little bit, like this. And then you can see that the color gets, I think it's a more natural color for greenery. And let's put it here with a small brush. I again paint the branch, and this time we can paint a different shape of leaves. For example, something like this. You can see that the color is different from the first one. And this is maybe also a bit easier to paint this shape of leaves. To make them darker, we can put more take more color, and again just a little bit of red. If you take too much red, your color will be brown leaves. It's possible, but not very beautiful for this picture, I think. And so we can vary the amount of colors and create beautiful mixtures, beautiful leaves. Okay, the third possibility is our favorite, everyone's favorite Terra Verde. And this is also a really nice color for creating greenery. I know it's also a good color for painting faces. I don't paint people that much, so I can't really talk about that. But I know that some people use it as the first layer for painting faces, for example. But for the greenery, we also can use this color in combination with yellow. And then you can see that it's a really very beautiful, very fresh green color. Let's paint here. Oh, now I have something else, some red in this color. It's not what I wanted to have here. Okay, so let's paint a branch. And also a very easy one with leaves like this. If we add more yellow, the color will be even lighter, fresher. And we of course also can add a little bit of this turquoise to create more interest, or it's a bit too much. To create difference, to introduce the third color to this mixture and make the leaves a little bit darker. Maybe here. Okay, so this is how we can create beautiful green colors. You can also just take this color, this green color, and paint with that, but I always say that when you paint greenery, paint leaves, you can, the best way to do it is to mix colors. To mix colors, because when you have a variety of different of shades, then your colors look so much better than when you just paint with one color. Yeah, let's add some branches to here, for example, to these flowers. Also, we have some color on our palette, and we can just take that color and paint some branches here and there where we have already have some flowers, or here also in different directions. Maybe here something like yeah, some leaves. And we also can paint over here, for example, we can add a branch, and we will add some leaves. No, we can add some berries, for example, to it with a red color, or maybe blue color, we will see. Let's paint two of them. Also one here. Our branches can also be purple. Here we can paint a purple one. Just try to fill the the page with different leaves and also flowers. Let me see. Let's add something maybe here. A branch like this. And paint some berries, for example, with just some red color. It's just Venetian red, nothing special, very simple. Just take a good amount of this color and paint some colors, and you can see that how you can vary the amount of water, for example, the more water, the more transparent the color is, and less water make the color more opaque. And this is also very good practice for you to vary this this amount and try to control your paints. Yeah, something like this. Let's paint a few berries here, for example. You don't need to follow my picture, of course. You can also add your own flowers or whatever you want. Yeah, maybe a few berries here. Purple. Yeah, I think it would be nice. Some purple with just a little bit of turquoise. Something like this. And if you're not very satisfied with the shape of your berries, then you can refine them with a smaller brush, like this. And yeah, I think now we have some blobs, and it's really cool. But the flowers are only flowers when they have this. I forgot the word. These things in the middle, these dots in the middle of the flower, and as you can see here, for example, and you know it probably, that they are usually quite dark. But our darkest color here is turquoise. I think turquoise or Venetian red are both quite the same. But if we use one of them, turquoise is quite weird here in the middle. Red color, Venetian red, I don't know, not a very dark color. But if we want to create a really dark color, also here, for example, for the roof, we need to mix colors. And a good mixture for creating a really dark color for shadows, for example, or for whatever you want, is to mix turquoise and red, Venetian red. You can see that the color is really, really dark. Let's put some dots here, for example, and they're almost black. But I always say that black is not a good color for your paintings, for your sketches, because it makes your sketches look dull. But when you mix colors like this, for example, these two colors, the turquoise and the Venetian red, then the color turns out really, really beautiful. And you can vary the color. You can put more Venetian red or turquoise in the mixture and vary the color from more grayish to here, for example, to more brown color. And this is how you create interest in your picture. So when you use black color for these dots, then everything looks really boring, I think. I don't like a black at all in paintings. So here, for example, we can also add some yellow dots for the same reason. Maybe here something, I don't know, just to create this suggestion of a flower, the middle of the flower. And I don't know, I want to add here something like red maybe, just to see how it works. And it works quite nice, so let's do it here as well. And yeah, have we already tried all the colors we have here on the palette? I don't know, I think so.
I think so, Julia. Yes.
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
you've used them all. Um, this mixture for shadows, it's the same one that you used in your architectural sketch, that
Yes,
building. Can you show it
yes.
once again where you used this combination of red and what was it? Copper.
Here, I use it here.
Hmm.
But here, for example, I have this a cooler color,
Hmm.
and I added purple to it to create a little bit different shade. So you also can mix three colors. There is just one thing that you need to understand with colors, with mixing colors, is when you mix complementary colors, the colors like, for example, red and green, then you usually get a color like brown or sometimes gray color. It depends on the shade of the colors, of course. And a combination like this is also complementary colors are also purple and yellow, but the shade of these colors is different than the normal shade. I think the purple, the violet is much brighter, and this is why you create something different than gray or brown. It's a really beautiful color, by the way. Let me show you. Maybe I need to remove some yellow here, but it's a really really great color. Let's paint another flower here. So you can see that different colors make different combinations. It's a really beautiful color, especially for flowers. We can add leaf here.
Can you also, Julia, comment on the granulation? How does, like, these are or most of them are granulating colors.
Yes.
Do they need more water? And you may have a look at Belle's comment there.
Mm-hmm.
But just overall, your impression from working with these
Yes, I
colors.
think I'm not sure if all the granulating colors require more water, but these ones, I think they you need to use more water with them. But I'm not sure if it's about the granulation or more about the colors themselves. These are also quite transparent colors, not all of them. Uh, I'm not very sure, but uh, using a lot of color, a lot of water is always a good idea. especially with painting flowers, because if you, oh, I'm,
That's okay, Julia.
I'm
You
so,
look beautiful.
yeah, it's quite important to use a lot of color, yeah, a lot of water when you paint with watercolors. Watercolors.
But you were also saying to me how you needed a lot of pigment with these
Yes,
particular
yes.
selection of colors. You found that you were needing more pigment than you're used to.
Yes, yes. This is what I said at the beginning of this live stream, that you need to spritz them
Mhm.
before you start painting, because otherwise they are so transparent that you just they lose their brightness when they are wet, when they are dry, and you can activate them uh, by adding more water, and
Right.
then you can take more pigment out of your pens. So yeah, that's also a good tip indeed, to use more water with these colors.
Okay, Diane is saying here that she discovered she has bought cobalt turquoise light, and
It's such a
and this
beautiful
is
color.
the color that you have on your palette. Yeah,
Yes.
you've had it for a long time.
Yeah.
So it's a great color, but not for this competition, right? Be careful to use the right colors, the exact six colors, if you want to take part in the contest.
Yeah.
Gabriela says lots of possibilities when you mix the colors. Indeed. Yeah. And
Absolutely.
thank you, Julia, for showing us how to create these dark colors, because without shadows, it's really difficult to create anything.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah. I think, look, we usually what I teach my students is sketching, and sketching is about usually about a fine liner and watercolors. And then you can cheat a little bit, because you can say, okay, I don't know how shadows work. I don't care about them. I just use my fine liner. I put all these lines on my paper, and then it looks beautiful. But in this case, when we paint with these six colors, or whatever other colors, we need to create shadows, and it's very important. Without shadows, it's just nothing. And you can also see in this picture that it's all about shadows. It's all about shadows. Here, without shadows, you have just white,
true,
white,
true, true.
white sheet of paper. Yeah.
Okay, right. Julia, there's also a comment from Herlof, but I can't read it. So I
Oh,
don't,
I
don't
can
know.
see it.
So I have no idea what it says, but if you could have a look at it.
Oh, I'm sorry, Gerlof. I can see it. I can see the
Okay.
comment.
Something about color mixing, but I don't know. I don't get the main idea. Sorry. Right. If you want me to understand you, you have to write in English. All right, Julia, anything else? Any, final words, inspiration for our
Yeah,
community who want to take part in the contest, and also just maybe general, inspiration?
yeah. It's first of all, you can send more than one artwork. I think it's a very good thing. And I would say try out different things. And you have these watercolors already, so you can always try out try out them and see how it work. Um, for the inspiration, I wanted to say something about the uh, a painting like this with one color. These colors are quite light, so if you want to to make a painting like this, then you can use Venetian red or turquoise cobalt turquoise, not cobalt turquoise light, because these are dark colors, so the range of tones is much larger than other colors, which are quite light. For the inspiration, guys, just experiment and enjoy these colors. Enjoy mixing colors. I think that's so important to enjoy what you create and enjoy what you see on paper. Yeah. So and even if you think I'm not sure if I'm good enough for this competition, just do it. Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Shadows in flowers, is it also so necessary?
No, no. These flowers don't
Don't
have.
really have shadows.
No, no. I just try to vary the colors because the if this flower would have one color, it's just boring, right? Large, yeah, large shapes should be have more colors in them.
But also, this would depend on the style, right,
Yeah.
of flowers.
Yeah, 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 absolutely. If you want to paint flowers, like realistic flowers, then shadows are quite necessary. Yeah, definitely.
All right. Well, if you're taking part in the contest, make sure you follow all the rules. Use the right hashtag, tag Winsor and Newton, send them an email with your entry. Just read the rules carefully. We don't want to be responsible for that. Just read the rules.
Mhm.
But if you want us to see your work too from today's workshop and just any work at any time, use this hashtag and also tag us at Brave Brushes and at Julia_Henze. And don't forget to follow us on Instagram, subscribe to our YouTube channel, read our Monday newsletters, and
With a
well,
lot of tips.
with a lot of tips. Yes, that's true. And if you ever feel like saying thank you, there's a way to buy us a cup of coffee. We never say no to that, right, Julia? Because the
Never.
best ideas are born over coffee. Okay, let me have the final look at the comments here. If you have any last minute questions. No. So thank you for
Thank you, guys.
spending this hour with us. And we look forward to hearing from you, seeing your artwork, and sketching with you again. Happy
Yeah.
sketching.